Hello, and welcome to the All Night Gamers Podcast, episode 162. Hi, hello, hi. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us for another edition of the show. Alex is gone again because work sucks, and I couldn't record yesterday because I'm also bad at scheduling. We're bad at scheduling in general. We're really not good about that. The show's really
Yeah,
last minute if
no.
we haven't conveyed that effectively enough to this point, but it's okay. We won't discuss anything extremely heavily that's important without him. I say that because Game Awards came out. We'll be talking about that a little bit here today, but
Mhm.
we'll obviously withhold our voting and stuff and such until he is back and we can do a full group assessment. Um, but anyway, with the three of us that are here, how we doing this week, boys?
Tired.
Yeah, tired,
I've
fun.
spent too much money in the last week, both like for fun and for not fun.
I feel that. I
Mhm.
had um, a slight error in my budgeting calculations I did several months ago because I have like a bunch of bank accounts that all the money goes where it should, so I only get to see the money that I'm allowed to do whatever with. Um,
Oh yeah.
so like I have a bank account that pays my insurance and my car payment. I have an account for like my rent and utilities, and I have like one that's just for my everyday spending. And I slightly was off on that because all of a sudden I found that I had a bunch of extra money in my bills account when I finally did check, and then I didn't think much of it because I was like, oh, you know what? Like I'm doing fine with this budget anyway, and there's a little extra money in there, so I just I get to use that for paying off my credit card or putting it into savings or whatever. And then I
Yeah.
went to the grocery store yesterday and overdrafted my normal account, so I was like,
Oh,
okay, maybe I am
Oh
maybe I
man.
am off on this because I didn't spend a bunch of money. Like I didn't. I've been a good boy.
oh,
Um,
Mhm.
that. Wait, so did your account somehow like switch or something? That's
no,
like
they're
the percentage they were
they're
dropping, or
no, they're different banks. So it's like totally separate. I think what I probably did was put a little bit too much towards my credit card because I'm just trying to get my shit paid off as quickly as possible, and I'm being aggressive with that. And I
understand
think I
that?
went a little too aggressive and was like, oh no, I'll be fine. And then like, yeah, um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was like, oh well, I swiped my card and it was good. She was like, okay, there's still like 275 left. And I was like, why? What? And I paid
Well,
that and
I
then looked. I was
mean,
like, oh, that's why.
at least it
Mhm.
didn't just bounce. That could have been worse.
I mean, it's not like I wouldn't have been able to pay it uh,
Yeah, but like,
with a credit card or something, but yeah, that was fun.
dude,
Um, drop.
my mm,
You go ahead.
uh, I so last like 2-3 weeks, right? My like bottom right gum has been hurting, regardless of what I've done to try to deal with it. So I went to the dentist, right? They told me I needed a deep clean, and I was so tired. I was like, "Yeah, okay, $375." I'm like, my insurance pays 90%. What the fuck are you charging me for?
Mhm.
So we and
What's a
then
deep clean?
um
They bring out the
they
jackhammer.
essentially. They essentially the same idea as like a regular clean, but once all your gums are all messed up because they've been up in them, then they put an antibiotic or something
Hmm?
to deal with any bacteria that's in there.
Hmm.
I'm just like, but why?
Every
Um,
cleaning at my dentist I have now feels like a deep clean. The first thing they do is they take like a extreme water flosser and just power wash on the exact
everything
line the exact line where your gum and teeth start,
are
like where
supposed
your
to.
teeth stop and your gums
Ooh.
start, like right they every line on there they just like the whole, it hurts so bad.
I'm sure.
I'm sure it
Yeah,
wouldn't hurt as much as I actually floss like a normal person would, but I'm not perfect. I brush and
neither
Get
do
it?
mouthwash,
Let's
but the
get that,
flossing,
bro.
yeah.
flossing just takes so much effort. Dude,
I
no, but
really do.
that was for one side, like half my mouth, $375.
Yeah,
And then we found
no.
out that Chelsea's insurance didn't pay, apparently. So we both went over there on Friday, and she was like, you cannot talk. You are going to yell at them, and then they're not going to help us. So I stood there, and I was,
At
because
least
they
she,
lied to her.
at
I
least
was
she's honest.
like,
Mhm.
because like I was fuming basically like after she learned, that she uh had that email. I was like fuming because I'm like, they lied to my wife. I'm going to have some heads roll.
You lied to kitten.
Nothing personal. Actually, everything personal. Um, but she talked to them. They're like, "Oh, your insurance ran it wrong," and like, "Uh-huh, okay." But it kicks the can down the road. So as long as
Yeah.
we don't go to
A
collections
couple months ago, I got a bill
over
in the
it,
mail from the family care I went and saw last Christmas when I got strep.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Um, for like $100. I was like, "Are you serious? Like my my insurance won't pay for the like this is I never go to the doctor. I don't every time I go somewhere and they ask me for a regular practitioner, I'm like, in today's economy, uh, so then the one time I go there and I actually have strep like for real, and that was
Oh
like
man.
some of the worst pain I've felt in several years. They're like, ah, no, we're not gonna. $100. Anyway, uh,
Hey, talking about purchases though. Guess who got Lightning McQueen in Rocket League, bro?
Bro, you could save that for collector's corner.
All my fault.
yeah, no, yeah, I was just gonna let him come out with it. You already shared it anyway in the you posted that
Yeah,
in the
you did.
Discord. Yeah,
Hmm.
um,
I'm not surprised.
me neither.
Oh yeah.
Um, tell you what, I am surprised about Auburn dropping a freaking 40 piece on Arkansas. That was a great
Oh
game. I
yeah.
watched every minute of that, soaked all that in. That was great. Peyton Thorne ran over a dude. Don't know who this dude is, and when he stole Peyton Thorne's skin, but I'm happy we have Skinwalker Peyton now. Uh, that was good. All right, on to the games. On to the stuff. So yeah, we'll start off with the big one. The Game Award nominees have been announced. We'll go through the list of interesting ones at the end of the show. But I do want to go ahead and call out that last week. I mean, I've already had this list nailed down for a while. I think I'm not to humble brag, I guess, but talking to Jacob last week about it, and he is like heavily addicted to Baldur's Gate 3. So obviously we're talking about Game of the Year because of that, and he was like, "Well, I don't see how it's going to be anything but Baldur's Gate." And I was like, "Well, I think you're a little biased, but the list we discussed is exactly the list that I claimed,
Oh
and I'm
wow.
proud of that. Um,
Nice.
Even Alan Wake 2, because we were joking. I was joking. I was like, this, and like, what else you got? Alan Wake 2. That's not gonna win, but I guess, and it did.
I mean, it could have been Hogwarts Legacy. Could
Yeah,
have.
yeah. That's what I was expecting. I was expecting Hogwarts
Mhm.
Legacy to beat Alan Wake 2. I'm surprised a little. I think that's a little bit of recency bias, if you ask me. But
I mean, it's always recency bias, though. Wasn't there?
Yeah.
I mean, how many years have had a game released in like late October, early November, and still, made the list for Game of the
Nominee.
Year?
Yeah.
yeah, true. But like Alan Wake 2, like Last of Us Part
Recency
2, I
bias.
understand. Red Dead Redemption 2, fully understood. Like God of War, Ragnarok, or no, just God of War. Like I totally understand. Like a lot of the time when those games come out, like yeah, they're recency biases, but like they're also really really good. Alan Wake 2, like I can't imagine it's. I mean, I guess it is. I I, I can't say I've like played it and can say for sure. So
Hmm.
I don't know. But yeah, Game of the Year: Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Mario Brothers Wonder, and Tears of the Kingdom. Um,
I guess. I mean, I guess technically, if you didn't like Spider-Man or Wonder, you could also call this recency bias. But I had, I don't know. Alan Wake feels like it came out of left field compared to the biggest comic book character,
yeah,
and
Yeah, I
one
guess
of the
we gotta
biggest things
be
in gaming.
you gotta be fair with that. Alan
Wait,
Wake 2 did only come out a week after Spider-Man and Mario Wonder.
wait, the biggest comic book character. Howard the Duck has a game.
God, boo! Get off the stage.
My fault.
Um, so yeah, we'll go over that in more detail as well as some of the other heavy hitter nominees later in the show. But they are officially out. The show's on December 7th, I think. Voting is available now. We'll be doing our voting here in the next week or two whenever Alex is back on. Um, so be sure to stick around for that. Um, a lot of announcements this week. Steam Deck OLED is the thing, and they slashed the price of the current Steam Deck to get rid of stock. So now what they're going to be doing is they have a new tier system. So it's the same kind of 3-tier system setup from before, but now the base model is so all of them have NVMe. There's no eMMC anymore.
Ooh.
The base model is still an LCD screen, so it's basically the old one again, but just a little bit bigger one. The new mid tier is a 512 gig OLED with a new, more efficient, smaller APU, new Wi-Fi 6E, and a oh god, math time. 20% bigger battery, 25% bigger battery. I don't know. 50 watt hours instead of 40. And all the same goodies. And now the top tier one, still at 650 by the way, is a 1 terabyte OLED, which is double the size of the previous top tier. All the same goodies from the mid tier, and you get a nicer case and a couple other things. Exclusive virtual keyboard theme, whatever the fuck that means.
Ooh.
And also right now there's a $680 version of that terabyte OLED that's limited edition. The
Yeah.
exact same list of specs and goodies you get as with the top tier one. I think the limited edition one is like clear or something.
Oh.
But yeah, that comes out officially on Friday. Let's see if I can find out what this limited edition nonsense is about.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like sort of clear. I think it might be like that smoke gray kind of clear that they use for like Nintendo Fantastic Color, kind of smoky gray clear. And
Nice.
red sticks, and it looks pretty good. And you want to talk about like, man, this is an awesome device. I think the Steam Deck is super cool. Basically because it's what I want the Switch to be in terms of like playing, being high power, and being just like a big fat schnasty power user device. I get that's not really the Switch's shtick, but
it could be.
but it
Could
could
be.
Maybe both.
it could be, and like I don't like if the only reason you'd get a Switch instead of a Steam Deck is the price and Nintendo exclusives. Like if you wanted a really good portable and you weren't really into Nintendo exclusives, which if you weren't, what the fuck's wrong with you? If you weren't, like the Steam Deck is a great thing. Like the price is a little steep, but now they've made it a lot more worth your while because they kept the prices the same.
And it's by a company that isn't just like, oh yeah, here's our whatever this here's our cheap version.
Here's our Soldier Boy.
Our Soldier Boy.
Yeah. And like the ROG Ally is like cool, but it's the same thing for more money. At least that's how I see it as. I mean, like the UI is super integrated. The Steam verification thing is awesome. I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, like it's fully integrated with Steam, so like it's kind of hard to say that it deserves to be, you know, not it. Where's it going with that? Not deserves to be, but like it. Like if you're not gonna get a Switch, then but you want something portable, that it's hard to say that doesn't deserve to be the top contender.
Yeah, really. I mean, because like when the Steam Deck first came out, I remember we were talking about it a lot, and it was like trying to fill the niche was the Steam Deck's goal, because like if you want portable, most people that want portable gaming and don't want a Switch are probably not willing to go bigger in size, like they would prefer like their phone or something like that.
Same, yeah,
But
same. Switch is like the biggest you would want it to be, but it lacks power for people.
yeah, but honestly, like for what the Steam Deck is, it's hard to go smaller. It's
Mhm.
super powerful and very ergonomic and comfortable to hold, and it's got trackpads on it and stuff. Like it's, I don't know. I think it's filling more than a niche now. Like
It it's kind of like like a proper replacement to the Wii U, I guess, because that tablet was very comfortable, but it was kind of large too.
yeah. I really just think that I don't know. Like yeah, it's bigger than a Switch, but also what's your alternative? If you want PC closer to PC level power, like what are you gonna do? Carry around a gaming laptop? And yeah, now your portability is out the window. You got to carry a 200-watt brick around all the time, and the laptop itself weighs 12 pounds.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, that's exciting. I've heard a lot of good things about it. And like I said, it's available this Friday. There's a lot of stuff available this Friday. Um, GTA 6 is happening, boys.
Yeah, they
GTA
talked
6
about
is
it.
actually happening. Didn't think it was
W
real. Early December, we'll be
happening in
getting
our
our.
lifetime.
Yeah, really, I can't wait for it to come out in 2030. First trailer dropping in December. Um, I'm excited to see if they do what I hope they do, which is do not rest on GTA Online. Like, obviously, you can't ignore it. It should be heavily integrated into GTA 6, but like, don't just polish it. Like, give new content and like all new
Mhm.
stuff, and like give new reasons to play GTA, but keep that GTA Online aspect because like obviously people like it for a reason. It's really good, but
Yeah, it also it makes money, so they're not going to get rid of that.
yeah, don't
The
repackage
I feel like
GTA 5. Make it new.
I feel like it's more of a also provide something for people that don't want to play online. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah, and like honestly, you don't have to change GTA Online all that much in terms of how it works. Just integrate it with the new game and provide a really good new standalone game
Experience.
like GTA
Oh
5
yeah,
was, and then yeah, you'll for sure win Game of the Year with it. I wouldn't doubt.
dude, they better put GTA 6 on the 3DS.
Oh, that would be so bad.
It'd be like how Minecraft can only load like 2 chunks
no,
or
like
whatever.
they just port the original and call it GTA 6. Or like they partner with Lego or something.
That'd be fun,
GTA 6,
actually.
but the draw distance is zero point 0.1.
Uh, Minecraft 3DS
Hey,
Literally.
that had a draw distance of like one and a
2.
half, two. Yeah.
Oh gosh,
So yeah,
good times, good
that is
times.
actually happening. Uh, I kind of it doesn't even really feel that exciting now. Like it's been so much of a meme that it's like it didn't turn into Half-Life 3, but it was getting close.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's so funny though. Donkey literally did a video like the week before the announcement, being like GTA 6 is releasing soon, and it's just all the times that people have talked about GTA 6 releasing soon.
Um, so yeah, that's happening. There's a new Splatfest that's lame as hell. Uh, coming. Let's see. This is it this weekend? Yeah, this weekend.
this weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
to coincide with the amiibo.
Why isn't pipe?
What?
What?
Wait, what? I was saying, why isn't pipe bomb and mailbox an
I knew
option?
you were gonna say. That's why I said what. I heard. Why isn't pipe? And I was like, oh no, he's gonna say pipe bomb. Yeah, we should email Nintendo that recommendation. Why don't we have an eco-terrorism Splatfest?
I mean, that's my kind of
Gasoline
greeting.
versus forest fires versus pipe bombs and mailbox.
I love how you just listed gasoline as an eco-terrorist fact. Gasoline. Starting your car
Gasoline.
Yeah.
versus.
I hope you enjoy your. I hope you enjoy that gas station, terrorist.
Dude, we should make a video where we're like pumping gas and then we turn the camera on our face and as soon as our face gets into view, it does that like AI morphing thing into like Osama or something.
We're gonna get demonetized.
Oh yeah, like that was a concern.
All 2 cents.
Yeah, we can't fund terrorists.
Uh,
But yeah, it's a handshake, fist bump, or hug. Again, super freaking lame. I think we're going with fist bump.
We're going with fist bump, which according Nintendo Europe did a poll on Twitter, and that had a considerable lead, but I don't know. I feel like Japan. No, wait, no, that's right. Japan has a regional Splatfest this weekend.
What do they
It's
get? Something way cooler, I'm sure.
no, not cooler, just
Different.
regional. Different. Theirs is, what do you call this? And it's like a specific type of food that the name changes depending on where you are in Japan.
Oh yeah,
So
this team's on offer for the sweet treat-based contest are kaiten yaki, oban yaki, or imagawa yaki. And all of three of them look disgusting. The photo they put in here. It's like a macaroon on the outside, but the inside is stuffed with what looks like termites. It's probably like red bean paste or something.
it looks like termites.
It does look like termites. Let me just Google kaiten yaki. I googled kaiten yaki and I got a Wikipedia page for imagawa yaki, so I can see how this is confusing. Ew. Oh, I'm gonna send this photo. I made it bigger and it got worse. Copy. Let's see. What is that? Imagawa yaki is a Japanese dessert often found at Japanese festivals, as well as
They
outside
put
Japan.
beans in it.
Yeah, I was right. It is a bean paste, bittersweet azuki bean paste. It's also in Taiwan and South Korea. It is made of a batter and a special pan similar to a waffle iron, but without the honeycomb pattern, and is filled with azuki bean paste. Although it is becoming increasingly popular to use a wider variety of fillings, such as vanilla custard, different fruit custards, and preserves, curry, different meat and vegetable fillings, potato, and mayonnaise.
This is supposed to be a sweet.
You know what I want my waffle? Potato salad.
Mayonnaise.
let's go.
Mayonnaise.
I want my waffle full of mayonnaise.
Yeah,
I want my waffle pancake.
thick pancake, cylindrical pancake.
Is that
Only
beans?
one of those options sounded good. Wow, Cooper, a little bit behind.
It looks like liver. That looks like
Yeah.
catfish bait. Looks like when you buy a whole chicken and you take the stuff out of the center.
Oh,
the giblets.
Yeah, like when you truce a chicken. Yeah.
Dude, it looks so bad.
Yeah.
Like
I don't think.
I'm glad this is a regional Splatfest. I don't want to ever see this again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like
It's-
if you take this, you fill it with like some preserves, like raspberry preserves or something. I'm sure that would be banging. But I don't know about that.
But
I'm not,
that at that point, it's just a breakfast.
yeah, the bean paste thing is one of those things about Asian food culture that I really don't
yeah.
understand, and like it makes sense because
Now,
didn't grow up there, but
now refried beans, those are goated, but that's way
but
different.
That's not the same
that's
thing.
also yeah, that's Mexican.
So true.
Yeah, red beans and rice is also good too, but that doesn't make this okay.
Makes it illegal.
Dude, imagine refried beans inside of little Debbie's or like moon pies.
Stop! Stop!
Okay, we have to be fair. I know this bean paste is like a sweet paste. It's not like just straight up savory. It doesn't have Old Bay and stuff in it. You know, like it doesn't. It's not filled with cilantro and stuff. There's the list of names they provide: Obanyaki, Kaitanyaki, or Kaiten Manju, Nijuyaki, Kobanyaki, Gishiyaki, Tomoyaki, Taikoyaki, Taiko Manju, Bunkayaki,
Look,
Taishoyaki, Jiyuyaki,
what I'm hearing
Fufu
is
Manju, or Fu Man. Fu
what
Man.
I'm hearing is
Fu
that
Man.
the like two interns from different regions were in an argument, and one of the Splatoon people that's over at the Splatfest heard them and went, "That's a great idea for a Splatfest."
Yeah.
And like,
No.
you know, like hate on the bean paste, whatever. It's like not awesome, but it at least is interesting. Like imagine in America, like they did an equivalent. Like, what do you call this? And it's a can of soda, and it's soda pop or Coke.
Oh, true.
I mean, they couldn't say Coke. You have
They
to be
couldn't say
cola.
Coke. That's the problem.
Cola, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Cola.
But everybody would know.
Everybody would know. It's
Yeah.
like if you know, you know. Yeah.
Or like I don't know. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but you know, like if America got one and Europe also got one like that, that'd be a little more interesting.
Mhm.
But yeah, we got handshake, fist bump, or hug.
Amazing.
Cool. Sick.
Look, I think the problem is adding a third host to the game made it a lot more difficult to have good Splatfest because you have to have that third option,
Yeah.
you know?
You can't tell me. I don't know, dude. These dudes are way too creative to tell me that they can't.
Come up with a good option.
Yeah.
I mean, they burned the best one or the best two already, though, because you had rock paper scissors, and you had, or well, I
The
guess
ice
Triforce
cream.
was also good.
Yeah. Pokemon and Zelda was goated.
Yeah.
Who was the best Mario brother? Mario, Luigi, or Gumby?
Gumby. So yeah, that's happening this weekend. Legend of Zelda movie is officially in the works.
Let's go.
It's
Dude,
live
Can't
action.
believe Alex.
Dude,
Can't believe
Chris-
Alex isn't here to give his opinions on it.
Yeah, I
That's what I'm
know.
saying.
I also didn't get any of them before he went to work.
Yeah. Hopefully he's here for the next podcast and we can like bring it up just real quick.
His work schedule does not currently allow that now.
Oh my
We
gosh.
will see.
Alex is like Mayo now, bro.
No,
No, he's
Alex
not
actually has a
that
job,
bad.
dude. Alex is very transparent. He posted screenshots of his entire schedule for the next 2 weeks. Mayo's just like and left,
Yeah. Yeah, it's for real.
dipped.
Pipe bomb.
Pipe bomb in his mailbox.
But yeah, it's live action. I've heard a lot of people being very nervous about the live action part. But that's really about all we know. And also that the director is the guy that made Morbius. Jacob sent me a meme about that, about all the people that are producing it, and I was like, look, there's no way that Miyamoto's gonna allow this to become a Morbius.
Yeah.
Like, do you understand?
Look.
Do you understand the chokehold that Nintendo's gonna have on
To
this
be
production?
fair, he also produced both of Into the Spider-Verse movies
and
a bunch of the live action Spider-Man.
Mhm.
So like,
We
it's a
get-
mixed bag.
Yeah. For every like good step you have a bad step. Something like that. But like how I see it is like look at Illumination. Illumination. I mean, their sense of humor is
Bad.
interesting. Yeah.
Bad.
And you saw what they did with the Mario movie.
Yeah, people were not always happy about that either. So like,
True. Like,
okay,
It's definitely going to be
interesting
harder.
question though.
oh yeah.
Will Link have his hat?
I'm sure for a little bit,
At least for a little while.
because like I wouldn't be surprised if they. I mean, like the classic Zelda story, no matter what game you look at, is there's this guy who is either totally unrelated to whatever the hell's going on and just happens to be in the bloodline of dudes that save the day, or he's a knight that guards the princess, and now like he's like that's his job, so when it becomes time he goes and does that. um so I wouldn't be surprised if it starts out with that same kind of thing where like he's either just some dude who walks into this heritage, or he's a knight that is just on duty, and they're either way they give him, they're like, uh you know if he's a knight, then they come up with some BS about how knights before him wore this garb and he's going to, or they do Wind Waker and they're like, oh, it's time for you to put on your big boy clothes and go be a big boy.
On
Dude.
that note, wait, I'll go Cooper.
Yeah, Chris Pratt should be Tingle.
Shut the hell up.
My fault, OG.
Which game would you want them to make a movie of? Although I guess to be fair, Mario didn't really have a movie, or like wasn't.
Well,
focused
really,
on
the
just
really the
one
question
game.
is like, do you want the classic? Do you want the Ocarina of Time Twilight Princess kind of deal, or do you want the like Wind Waker slash Minish Cap slash, maybe Majora's Oracle game? Yeah, like the timeline where it's fully just like this is just some kid that walks into all of it, or like I said, you want the classic one like Ocarina of Time, like you're born into this thing and you somehow you kind of look into it, but you're already in a situation that's leaning towards it, or do you go Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, where it's like medieval age style but with Zelda tech, and he's a knight that has just always protected the princess. Um, I don't know. Like, I think
That
I
is
would
pretty
probably
hard.
want the class. I'd probably want something classic. It don't take risks. Don't be weird. Follow the Zelda timeline that everybody knows, which is Ocarina of Time, and follow it like as a story structure where it's grand, but it's all concise and small. Breath of the Wild is so spanning, and a lot of that game really more is about the exploration than the story itself. So like
Yeah.
if you made a movie about Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom kind of thing, it would be way different than what the game actually is. But I think if I'm sure you could make a good story out of like the Wind Waker style of like just some dope kid that gets pulled
But
into it.
I feel like you're right that it's going to be easiest to just do the classic story, especially
Yeah,
if the point is to draw new fans. You either have to do the classic story or you have to do Breath of the Wild.
yeah,
And I'd rather the classic story.
and like making it either classic or Breath of the Wild primes you to make it a more fantastical kind of story where the hero is already really strong. Like he's already kind of a hero in his own community, and like the movie itself can be a little crazy, can have lots of good action, and can make a much harder impact. Whereas like like writing a Mr. Nobody story, it's kind of hard to reach a really high when you're starting with that. So I think you can just make it more interesting and give more fan service if you do that.
I feel like
Right.
if it was like Illumination doing it, it would definitely be better to try to do like Wind Waker.
Yeah,
But
it was
live
a kids
action,
movie.
yeah. I mean, I guess it can still technically be the kids movie, but like I don't.
It can, but that story, like the Wind Waker story, is really easy for kids to follow
So yeah.
comparatively because it's just a kid, like they are. Like it's
Mhm.
the starting point is understandable, and like he doesn't, they don't start those games with action. They start the games with oh, your sister got taken away. You got to go save your sister. Like the Zelda stuff doesn't really play into it until like 4 hours in. Um, but with like
And
Ocarina
even
of
then, it's not
Time,
Zelda.
yeah, you're
Or
already a
well, it's
magical fairy
not
kid.
Zelda.
Um, And honestly, if you try to me, when I think of a Breath of the Wild live action movie, I start thinking into like a bit too adult. Like that doesn't need to be a hardcore movie. It doesn't need to be like a Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, heavy action medieval setting. Like I think it's most digestible for everybody, and you'll get your biggest audience with classic story with fantastical action, but not like serious and foreboding.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
No, you gotta have that good mix, especially, which is probably what they're going to do. If Nintendo was not keeping their hand on the wheel, then yeah, it you know might end up bad. But it's Nintendo. They're not
like me as an adult, adult, would I love a serious Zelda movie that's like Lord of the Rings style, like adult content, or like,
like a
but
movie version of the Wii U tech demo.
kinda, yeah. Um, but I know that's not what they're going for, and I don't think that's what they should go for because, I mean, kids are way too big of the consumer part of Nintendo, so
Especially if you're going to try to sell merch.
yeah. And
Mhm.
like
Like
movies becoming popular is you either have to make a 10 out of 10 or kids have to love the hell out of it. Like that's how you make your most money. So it's a lot easier to make something that's pretty good and that kids absolutely love than something that's
than it is,
fantastical
yeah.
but only for adults.
Unless
Um,
you're able to take out the children in the equation completely, and you're not going to be able to do that with a Nintendo property.
No.
so there's actually a producer from Sony, Avi Harad, who
The Morbius
was
guy.
he was also the executive producer of Blade from 1998, X-Men from 2000, and Spider-Man from 2002. So really strong trifecta there. Um, and he also, but yeah, this article literally that I'm reading says that for every X-Men or Spider-Man, there's a Spider-Man 3 or a Morbius. um, so it's iffy, but I mean, given Nintendo's chokehold, I don't think I'm really nervous about it. I think it'll turn out pretty good.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. So we'll see what comes of that. Um, I'm trying to see. It's no secret that the series 90s opus Ocarina of Time had an adult Link that was clearly modeled after heartthrob Leonardo DiCaprio. Okay. The game also introduced
Uh,
the human form of Ganon, dubbed Ganondorf, that was a dead ringer for a jacked Jeff Goldblum.
what, bro?
Yeah, that would be incredible. Um, I could not imagine Jeff Goldblum as Ganondorf, dude. He talks too much.
He could be the mask salesman.
Dude, he would make a great mass salesman, or a. I'm trying to think. The house constructor from Breath of the Wild, the guy you deal with to get your house in Hateno
Oh,
Village.
what's Hudson? Hudson. Is that
Um,
wait? No, that's his construction company.
yeah, that's the guy that worked for the guy I'm talking about. The guy with the pink hair. Um,
Hmm.
Flamboyant is how I'll describe him
Yeah,
without being too.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Jeff
yeah. I
Goldblum would
don't
be
remember his
great. He'd
name.
be great for that role. But
Mm,
any role where you look at the character and you're like, I bet he talks a lot. Jeff Goldblum.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
not Ganondorf.
Mhm.
Unless we're going for like Wand to Gamelon or something, where it's like we're just so
And if we are, I'm
like
out. Um,
like we're just like balls to the wall on it. Like that's where I see Jeff Goldblum as Ganon.
I don't. There's a series on Disney Plus. It was like one of the original Nat Geo series that they did for Disney Plus with Jeff Goldblum. It was like
Yeah,
it wasn't Around the World. It was something like with Jeff
I
Goldblum where
I
he
vaguely
did a bunch
remember
of
it.
random
Yeah,
stuff, and like each episode he would pick a thing and get super deep into that thing for like a couple weeks. And after watching that, my conception of Jeff Goldblum is so out of whack that I cannot picture him as Ganon because he's so weird. Because he
it would
sings like
again
who
Wand to
sing
Gamelon.
like imagine telling your coworker a fun fact about something over the weekend, and your coworker then sings like
They're fun facts.
like way longer than they should about something about what you just told them.
No,
Yeah, like you
I
could
don't
tell them
know.
like, oh, I went to this car race this weekend, and they'd be like,
Oh, the
cars,
races, the races, the races.
I love going to the
Cars and racing.
races and watching everything go by fast. And then there'd be like three
Yeah.
more lines after that. Cringe. But yeah,
Nah, dude.
we'll see what comes out of this movie. It'll be interesting.
Oh yeah.
And as with the Mario movie, I am cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
But with Nintendo's, spearheading it, that should be fine.
Yeah, now that we've been through Detective Pikachu and we've been through Mario movie, like my confidence is really high because now I know for sure that Nintendo knows, and more specifically Miyamoto knows, that we can't do this crap from the 80s again. Like that
Also,
we've moved on from that, and like
we can't do Sonic 2 either.
yeah, there's a formula and you stick to it because
Mhm.
otherwise it's
And
bad.
it's the game, but told in a different media. Not Sonic takes the B or even the C plot in his own movie for a wedding so that we don't have to spend as much of the budget on the CGI hedgehogs.
Yeah. And something interesting I just thought about, like in the Mario movie, it was really easy to take that whole thing and be like, what is Mario like to Mario himself the first time he did it? That was a good representation of that because like we don't get Mario's not really personified, like or I don't know if that's really the word. Like you don't feel like Mario when you're playing Mario. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's probably a couple
Yeah.
games that break that rule, but for most part, like you're not there for a deep story. You're there for good ass platforming. But in Zelda, like
Yeah.
you are Link. Like that's the whole point is that you're the hero. So trying to tell a story from that perspective of a game when a lot of stuff is already laid out is going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel
Uh,
like that and that's probably like if they choose Breath of the Wild, that's going to be why. It's just because you're not, you know, Link's not your stand-in. He is a character.
yeah.
He's still kind of your stand-in, but like less, because you can't even name it.
And also, like, there's no like all the classic Zelda games have a strict story pace, but Breath of the Wild, while has like a beginning and an ending, all the stuff in the middle there is no
Is
standard for it. Like that's kind of the
Mhm.
point. So it might be easier to. I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited to see some stuff in 4 years.
Oh, for sure.
I'm just I'm very interested in seeing like what they do merch wise, since all three uh Universal Studios parks are going to have their own Nintendo land at that point. Like with because the rumor, right? The rumor for a little while now is that the ride they just took out, or walk attraction they took out at Islands of Adventure, is going to become a Zelda area, like where Mythos is, the restaurant. They're going to replace that area with Zelda, because they need something there, and Nintendo already agreed with them. So
I can't wait to be like 32 going to
the Zelda park.
Yeah, the Mario and Zelda, the Nintendo park, and absolutely being a Disney adult for a couple days. Nintendo adult, I don't know. No shaming it.
We're already Nintendo adults.
I read a word in the last paragraph of this article, and I have to read the whole sentence now, and you'll see why. Link, often androgynous, has been called queer-coded by many, regularly and lovingly depicted in fan art as a twink.
Oh.
I read. Now, guess which word I read that made me read that whole sentence.
There's only a few that could have. I'm going with queer.
I'm going with twink.
Yeah, no, it was twink. It was full twink. I didn't even notice queer coded. I just saw twink, and I was like, "What am I? Is this the same article? Did I scroll too far?" Anyway, so yeah, we'll definitely can't wait to see what comes out with that. The PlayStation Portal comes out this week. I watched some reviews that dropped this morning. I really wish it wasn't $200.
Oh man.
Cause like, I really can see myself using it a lot.
If it just wasn't $200.
The Switch has totally changed the way I play games, and I'm so used to being able to play stuff. Like, it's hard to get me to play PlayStation stuff a lot of the time, just because I don't sit down to play games, like sit and play for several hours in one spot. So like, even if it's just like laying in bed like for an hour before I go to sleep playing it there, or this, that, and the other, I really could see myself using it. And like, it is a little optimized for what it is compared to normal remote play, but not all that much. And it's pretty annoying that it doesn't support regular Bluetooth.
Yeah, I feel like that alone would have sold it, just to have it treat itself like a Wii gamepad.
Well, like it supports PlayStation Link for your $200 to $250 PlayStation headphones. And
money.
It has a audio jack, but does not support regular Bluetooth. So like, cool. I don't get why you couldn't have also offered that. Like, I know you need to sell your headphones, but the whole point of the headphones is to support PlayStation Link, so it's low latency audio. Oh, also your headphones won't work with it, Cameron. PlayStation regular headphones don't work with it. Not that one. No, you got to have the
expensive ones,
the new expensive ones, yeah, or the earbuds that are also just as much as the Portal itself. Like, I get the whole marketing point is that low latency, because Bluetooth is pretty bad about latency, but like, why not offer it anyway? Like, the Switch,
just for fun,
Switch has regular Bluetooth, but also supports low latency Bluetooth for headphones that support it. Like, the marketing shouldn't be, this is the only way to have wireless headphones. This is the best way to have wireless headphones.
Only. We get more money that way.
And like, the screen's not all that bad, but because of the screen, you can see imperfections in the streaming better. And it just feels kind of bare bones. And like, there's not really that much you can put into a device that's made exclusively for streaming to PlayStation, but you could have done more for the price that it is. And if this was like $100 or like even 150, I'd be sweating it a little more. If it was $100, I'd probably already have one pre-ordered, but I don't know.
And just keep an eye out for it next Black Friday.
Yeah, that's kind of the goal. When it drops in price, I'll definitely
It's kind of like the PlayStation Classic, where it's like, this is a good idea, but you priced it too high.
Yeah, and then it got down to $20, and everyone was like, "Damn, this is awesome." It's really that easy. Just turn it down to $20.
You want to sell your stock, or you want to make money? You pick one.
And like, I know I'm not asking for a lot when I say $100 or like maybe 125, call it there, because like most of the tech, like you already charge fucking what 75 for DualSense controllers, and you added
Yeah.
a not awesome screen. Like it's fine, it's serviceable, it's not bad, um, and it's you know optimized for what it's doing. But I know it's not expensive because that screen probably comes on Kindles too. Like you can't tell me it's that much more. And you didn't redesign the whole damn thing. You just cut the DualSense in half and stretched it. Like the back of the portal has the same exact curvature that the DualSense does, but just stretched out to the width of the screen. And it's only the width of the DualSense on the back. Like it's the same width. It's just way longer. The screen still just kind of looks, tacked on the front.
Amazing.
But yeah, I really can see myself using it. But for $200, man, that's just kind of a jip. But yeah, that is out this week. Also, Splatoon 3 Amiibo and the Super Mario RPG remake come out this Friday. I just got a text from my credit card getting charged for that, like literally 20 minutes ago. So
I actually had to cancel mine because of the whole mess with the uh, dentist. So
ouch.
I was like, I can't have this and whatever bullshit's going on with the dentist. So I'm like, fine, Christmas.
Yeah, thanks, adult life. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
So nice. I said they get work done on my car, so I'm like,
I gotta change Jules oil and rotator tires. I gotta do that. I keep putting that off. I just changed my car's oil, so I'm like, oh, good. I'm good for 5,000 miles or whatever. No, second car.
second car.
Although this is a lot
Another
cheaper,
car.
a lot cheaper of a car to change. It's not going to be fucking $70 for the stuff.
Oh my lord.
Well, the top.
Wait, did you do it yourself?
Yeah. Well, it's because I buy. So
The premium stuff.
yeah, like the oil itself that I buy is not that premium. Like it's just Pennzoil. Like they're marketed carbon neutral, made with natural gas oil, which I don't know how that's carbon neutral, and I don't know how you make it out of natural gas when both of those products came out of the same oil stack. But
Fine.
I just buy Pennzoil. Like that's just the brand I've used. I don't know. I go with it. It's not any cheaper or more expensive than any other brands besides like the store brand. There's two killers. One, my engine takes like 6 quarts, so I have to buy 5 quarts
Mine
and then an
takes-
additional quart. And for some reason, single quarts now are like $10. I don't know. And also the filter I buy like a top. The filter is where I'm really a
Yeah.
stickler about it. Pure Later Platinum. It's like $15 on its own. And like I look at all. I helped my buddy change his oil a few weeks ago on his Corolla, and his filter was like $5. Like,
Oh my gosh. Nah.
So partially
dude,
because I'm a stickler, but partially because it's also just expensive, and I have to buy the 6 quart thing. Really kills it. Jules oil
Mine is
probably like
7.
40. Ugh.
Mine's 7. It's like it is cheaper for me to buy an extra filter and like get the like at AutoZone. I know the price is higher since I last changed my own oil, but do the deal where it's like buy a filter and the 5
Oh yeah.
quart, get it slightly cheaper. It's cheaper for me to do that
Twice.
just have the extra. It's like I'm like, this shouldn't be cheaper than buying 7 quarts, but it is.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whatever.
One of my buddies has an Audi S4, and that thing takes 9.
9.
Dude, and like the engine's big, but in terms of displacement, not really. Like 5.0 Mustangs take less quarts of oil than that thing does.
9.
Yeah,
Dude.
Audi engineering, bro. You should see the timing chain on the back of that thing. That's disgusting. Anyway, this is a video game podcast. Yeah, so Splatoon 3 Amiibo and Mario RPG Remake are out this Friday. I have no idea when I'm going to have the time to play that. I'm already so deep in games right now.
I I still haven't finished Breath of the Wild. I still haven't finished Fire Emblem Engage, and that came out in January.
You still haven't finished Breath of the Wild? Pump the brakes.
Or Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay, I was gonna say, come on, man. Why'd you buy Tears of the Kingdom?
I finished Breath of the Wild. We were talking Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom as one unit. That's why my brain went Breath of the Wild.
I got you.
Like, I am so far behind. But like ugh. I also
Yeah.
we still haven't played I still haven't even tried out the Waybird that we bought in North Carolina.
Dang.
I need more time.
I need to construct time. Time isn't real, therefore it must be makeable.
I'm gonna make time pylons and put them around me, and it'll just create more time in my sphere, and everything else moves very slowly outside.
Um,
Oh,
all right. Well, with that, on to Collector's Corner, the weekly segment where you go around talk about what games been playing, what games been buying, all that good stuff. Okay. Well, Cooper got pulled away for a little bit, but we're gonna keep going here. Don't worry. We will give him his Collector's Corner shot when he returns. But for the moment, Cameron, why don't you go first?
okay, so this has been one hell of a week, dude. So I'm so done with everything, and it's only Monday. But I played Splatoon 3, obviously. Uh, I got to do Jollywood Nights, the very first Jollywood Nights at Hollywood Studios on
Nice.
Saturday with Alex and Chelsea and our buddy Lewis, and yikes, my dude. Uh, it is insane to like compare that to the holiday events at Magic, and it'd be like, how is this the same company? How are you 10 minutes down the road from each other? Because it was like right from the get-go. We got there, not like early, but we got there about 5:30. It took us probably 10 or so minutes to get anywhere in the line, because it's like they didn't know what they were supposed to do with all the people, standing around blocking everyone else, because not everyone was an annual pass holder, so they kind of get in, but it's like they're holding up the lines. So they finally figured it out, and it's like that was strike one. Strike two was there was only one spot. If you had already entered, there was only one spot to pick up your wristband. The line. So you know where the Mickey and Minnie vacation shorts theater is,
I think
right?
so.
Like at over by Indiana Jones, like diagonally across,
No, no,
sort
no.
of.
I gotta be
No.
honest. No, I don't know shit about
Uh,
Universal
no,
or Hollywood. Sorry,
Disney, Hollywood. Yeah. Um,
studio. The studio's in the name. I get.
studios,
It's all
studios.
melts
No,
together.
yeah, correct. That's why I guess I always go, where's Harry Potter?
Yeah.
um. Anyways, so Star Tours. It's across from Star Tours.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
So the line, like it looped inside of the exit for the Mickey and Minnie show. Um, and then like from there, right? It went all the way through that queue, went back out, went down into where the Olaf meet and greet is, went out, went around the little garden thingy, whatever you call it, and down to basically Galaxy's Edge, just to pick up your wristband. We
Awesome.
did not enter when it was that long of a line. We luckily got over there, you know, before it got that bad, but it wasn't much better.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
And like it was just so poorly done. Like Chelsea got in line for merch because she could not handle just the mob of people going in and out of the park. So she went and waited at once upon a time for the merch, which was one item. I'm gonna post it in the chat. One singular item for a holiday event at Disney World.
Hmm.
Which
Checks
is
out.
insane.
Yeah,
Does it,
that's
though?
insane. But for Disney, I'm not all that shocked.
Yeah, but it's also like, think about how much they have a ton of merch for their proper holiday events. This one is like they decided to start doing stuff after they had already announced it. This one T-shirt is the only thing that they had merch wise. I'm just like, and people still cut in line for it. Like we got, Chelsea was fairly close to the front, so I went and joined her, and then a giant line formed behind us. Also terrible because there was no cast member watching it because they were like, Chelsea heard the proprietor go, "We didn't expect people to line up for the merch. It's a Disney event. Why the hell would you
Yeah,
not
it's
expect people to
anything
line up for
Disney.
the
What
merch?
the?
It's limited event merch. Bare minimum, you're going to have the scalpers line up for it, not including anyone that actually wants it. Seriously, I don't think there's any park communication going on. While we were doing that, Alex and Lewis went and rode on Toy Story Mania. That's one of the things Alex did this week. He played a lot of games. When he gets back, I'll let him, next week or 2 weeks. He's gonna have a list. We met Phineas and Ferb. It took an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we saw the two event exclusive shows. There was a Nightmare Before Christmas sing along, which was really cool. They had a 10-foot Jack Skellington puppet. That kind of made up for most of the night. Not really, but like it was cool in the moment. And we saw Kermit and Miss Piggy sort of kind of host um a holiday show where they do the Beauty and the Beast show during the day. So that was also cool. Not worth the money.
I'm shocked.
Not worth the money.
I'm shocked.
So shocked. Wait times were very low. Not that we had a chance to write anything, but
Yeah.
There's a lot of kings if they're going to keep it, and I'm not sure they are at this point. I played Spider-Man. I played Spider-Man 2.
Nice.
Finally
Was that your
getting it
first?
started.
Was that? Yeah. Was it your first time?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm missing all of my weapon upgrades from the first game. Like I want to just shoot the web bullet or whatever that instantly.
I miss the robots.
As soon as they touch something, I miss the robots. I miss being able to just go, ew, and they they hit a whatever lamppost, mailbox, the ground, whatever. They're down. They're gone. Nope. I'm just like. Also, I'm not used to like the way that I know it was to give me more options. I'm not used to the way that the multi.
Oh yeah, the L1
like
or R1 plus face button thing.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like I'm not used to that yet. So I'm just like do the thing. But I made it to Craven is in New York.
Okay.
He did the prison break. So not I don't feel like that's very far in the game, but
No, I'm at the uh the all the stuff with Harry is getting really interesting.
I I I've only done like the beginning of that, I think. Because
Yeah.
I'm at like that's where I ended because we went was it? I think that wasn't oh that was last night. Um we went to Raising Cane's. Chelsea
Mm.
wanted Raising Cane's. I've had better.
I've still never had canes. I think the closest one is like somewhere around Tuscaloosa, and I just don't want to go that far for it. But I
No.
wish there was one close to me because I do want to give it a shot.
It's like it's all right. It's not bad, but
Like compare it to
I,
Zaxby's. If Zaxby's is like C
it's
tier on the chicken list, fried chicken places.
I would I'd probably put it above. It depends on the day with Zaxby's. Zaxby's can be either really good or like F.
Yeah, true. I
Um,
agree.
it, I mean, it was wrapped around the parking lot and out the parking lot onto the street. So but I think that's just because it's brand new and it's the only location. Kind of like
Yeah,
how Chick-fil-A had
Canes
a
is
4 hour wait.
yeah, Canes is on the up and up. Especially because I think they got like didn't Post Malone do some stuff with them?
Maybe
Stetson
some
Bennett,
they
the Georgia QB that won those two championships past couple years, he did stuff with
mhm,
them. Um,
they're they're popular.
yeah,
We're getting one on 192, like right at the closest target to Disney World. So
sick.
that it's going to be on both sides of property because that makes it so much easier. Uh, I would on a average day for Zaxby's, I would probably say it's better. Um, I would not wait as long as I only waited that long because
Chelsea wanted
I
it.
Chelsea wanted it and we'd already driven half an hour to get it. Like there's if I'd driven half an hour to get Burger King, I'd probably get Burger King,
Yeah,
even if there was a line. Maybe not if there was a line that long. It's Burger King. I would not wait an hour plus after driving half an hour for Burger King, but you know, it, it's expensive though. Chelsea said it was like twice the price of what it was when she was in Ohio. Like, damn.
yeah. Probably because you're in Orlando.
Yeah,
They could just do that. You're by Disney. Yeah.
right
Ouch.
by Disney. Easy money. Yeah. It for if it was cheaper, it would, probably be high B, low B for the Orlando price. Um, what else? So we bought the shirts. Um, we had a bunch of tall people get in front of us for the fireworks show for uh Jollywood Nights.
Love
That
that. That's a
sucked.
classic.
I'm like we had this wonderful spot, right? We could see because it was on the Chinese theaters. We could see the whole building. It was perfect. And then we had two tall people get in front of us, and then a guy with a giant universal umbrella got in front of them. So all we could see is the umbrella. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Get
This is
out of my
great.
line of
Yeah.
sight! Like I don't care that it was raining. The only if it hadn't been raining, I could have moved. But like, how are you going to stand in front of the short people?
Whatever it takes.
Go stand in the back. So yeah, that was fun. Trying to think. I do. I don't think I did anything else. Um, it's just been a week with all the adulting I've had to do. So
I feel that.
I haven't had the energy to really do anything other than Jolly Nights.
um, All right. Well, for me, sick last week. That was fun. Sid almost died. That was horrifying. He's fine. He's fine. Clarify. Dog is fine. He's back to normal. But there's a really long-winded story of what happened. But basically, we thought he was like having a stroke or something. Is acting super weird. I've never seen a dog act like that before. But yeah, next day he was back to normal old Sid. So that was really emotionally draining. Um,
Understandable.
and I played a bunch of Gran Turismo 7 out of nowhere. I brought my PS5 over to my buddy's house, who's big car guy like me, so he really likes GT7. So um, we've hey, Cooper's back
Hey,
just in
Yay.
time. Good. I'm in the middle of collector's corner, so didn't have
let's
to come
go.
back to that. But yeah, I played a ton of Gran Turismo 7. I played a bunch with him and got all excited about cars and stuff again, and switched from Stardew to Gran Turismo. I beat the main story. I haven't done the Super S license, which is just like 15 time attack races in a row, and I'm not looking forward to doing that. All the other license courses have been like, can you take this corner and get to the finish line within 30 seconds or whatever? Like, there's this 3-turn thing you got
The
to navigate,
challenge,
or
yeah.
do half a lap when it's raining. Like not,
Understandable
Ooh.
not even
challenges.
like challenges, more like this is stuff you need to learn to drive professionally and drive well, and like also to win this game. Like if you learn these, you'll be good at this game. But also this is like real driving stuff to learn, like driving in the rain, how to maintain speed through corners, what the apex means, how to pass people, how to do all that stuff. But then the top license is just a bunch of 1 lap time attacks. Uh, but I haven't done that yet. But I beat all the main menu books in the game, like the car collecting stuff they have you do, and all the races they have you do. I beat all the championship series. I tried to do the final. It was a 5 race set um, of like GR3 cars, and I tried to bring my souped up Type R in there. It did not work out. Love my car, but limitations are strong, and you're not going to race a bunch of rally cars using front wheel drive. That's just not going to happen. Also, that car is not really
Oh
that
no.
fast. Top speed's not great anyway, so I brought my NSX in there. I was like, all right, that Honda's not good enough. Let me get the better Honda in here. And I was getting like third to fifth most of the time. I got one first, but I have to finish third overall, and I wasn't going to. So I quit on the last race, backed out, put a fat turbo in it, and went back. I got three first places in the 3 first races. That's tongue twister. And then like second and third and the final two. Beat that. That was fun.
Ooh.
So now there's like bonus menus I can do, and I got to do the Super S license. There's a bunch of like actual challenges that are like goofy. Um, One that took forever for me and my buddy to do was this one of like it's a race of all GTRs, and you're given this crazy souped up GTR Nismo, and you're started like literally you sit there for like 20 seconds while all the other cars go ahead of you, and your goal is to get to first place within 1 lap on this thing, and it's super difficult, but it was fun. Been doing some of that. Played a good amount of Spider-Man 2. That's how I got to the point where with the theme park, and when Harry's
Okay.
story starts getting interesting. That's about all I can really say. Fun fact about the theme park: there's like a bunch of mini games. You can play all the mini games in the theme park, like, and they play it off
Really?
like part of the story. Like they fit it in. It's pretty seamless. It's actually kind of fun. Some of them are stupid. Like you get on a little ride and you just sit there and watch them, and you can just get off. And they're all optional, but there's some. It's just a little goofy fun. Um, have not touched my Switch all that much this week. I played a little Stardew. I'm into year 6 now, and it literally took like a day and a half of time just to get all my crops planted because I had so many of them, and I had to ignore everything else for all day. So it took me a couple days to get back into the rhythm, but all set up now. About to start cranking that money out like crazy. I'm at like 1.9 million. I'm so close for the fourth obelisk. Um, and I think that's mostly it. Just a buttload of Spider-Man 2 and an even bigger buttload of Gran Turismo 7. I'm glad I finally beat that game. At least one game is beaten. Um, Also, I'm proud to see they're still putting out updates. Like they're putting out new cars still. Um, they put the new Type R in the game. I think that was the original reason I booted it back up because I was like, oh, I think they just came out with that. So I bought that, had some fun with it. Um, I never thought I'd be playing the game enough to like go into the Excel spreadsheet of things you can customize and actually customize that and like learn what makes cars better and stuff. So it's been fun. And I think that's it. Yeah. Been looking at OLED TVs. Don't have OLED TV money, but I do want an OLED TV. Um,
Don't have the money for it, but I will.
the only money I have for an OLED TV is like a 42-inch LG A3, which is like fine for a TV. The size really doesn't bother me because what I want the TV, like if I were to put it up here, that's fine. This TV's too big, and Jules taking this TV back. Like this TV was in here because my TV broke and Jules wasn't using it, but she's gonna take it back because she wants to use it now. So now I need to find a TV, and I was like, oh, I'll get an OLED for downstairs, get a nice one for football and PS5 stuff, and then I'll move the old one downstairs up here, which is just another one of those. Um, and yeah, OLEDs are expensive, bro. The one I want is like, besides that super shitty cheap small one that, like OLEDs basically you're not only paying for the OLED tech, but you're paying for 120 hertz, you're paying for VRR, you're paying for Dolby Atmos, you're paying for super good HDR, you're paying for this, that, and the
All the
other.
things.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
OLED TVs are
All the
flagship
fancy.
TVs, and like prices go up to like $2,500 or like even more on some of these bigger TVs. But the model, there's like two models I'm looking at. One's 1,000 and one's 1,300. That's the budget I'm looking. That's like best I can do. That super shitty cheap one was 600. That's like base model, 60 hertz, no cool features or anything. And I want one that is like it's still basically a base model, but it does gaming stuff. It does 120 hertz and it has HDR and this, that, and the other. And that's like literally $1,000. So I look at them like every day, and I'm like, I just can't. I just don't have the money for that. Like, it's just not reasonable. But
Me.
I don't want to
It's a bit
buy.
much,
I don't
yeah.
want to buy another TV until that's the TV I have. Like, so
Mm.
I might just go TV-less in here for a while and rough it out. Um, and I wish I didn't care because TVs like the one I have behind me are like $250. I could do that today. I don't know. I swish.
It's kind of like when TVs came out initially, and they were a gazillion dollars, and then over the course of like 5 years, the price like plummeted. So the people that took out a loan to pay for their plasma are still paying it off.
Yeah. They have gotten a lot cheaper. I mean, like $1,000 for an OLED TV was unheard of 5 years ago. You'd be paying $3,000 maybe. Like it's always been expensive. I wish I had Sony TV money because I would get the Sony Bravia top tier OLED that is like has PS5 features that are exclusive to that TV. Like it's fully integrated. The whole ecosystem's all there. But that TV is literally like $2,400. Not
Dude,
having
that
it.
is okay. Hear me out. Like that is, I have no student loans, no like random debts tearing a hole in my paycheck.
Yeah, this is something I
That's
could
the
have
kind of thing
bought.
you buy.
I mean, not the Sony one. I don't think I ever would have done that, but I could have
No.
done this $1,000 OLED TV if this was before I bought my car,
Mhm.
when I didn't have to
yeah.
pay an OLED TV worth of money every month because I'm insane and want this car instead of just driving, instead of just getting. I really hate
normal
myself.
car.
Some days I'm really am like, damn, I could be driving a Civic Sport and be paying $300 a month and still get to the same places. But then I get in the car and I go, meh, and then it goes away.
Dopamine go up, numbers go up.
Numbers go up, RPM goes up, speeding ticket cost goes up.
But that dopamine rush, though.
Yeah, dopamine.
Yeah, but before I got pulled over, I was high as fuck on that. I was blasting that D. Wait, pause. All right, Cooper, finish us off.
All right, so I've been playing. I played the Tetris event. That was fun.
Oh, I play Tetris. Yeah, I forgot. I knew there was something I was forgetting. It was Tetris.
Mhm.
I like the theme.
I love the theme, dude. They are the music is. Oh, I don't know who the composer is. I'll have to like look it up. I guess I can do that. Actually, I can't pronounce names. Never mind. But whoever the composer
Me
is,
too. Me too.
like they killed it for real.
Uh,
Yeah,
I don't know if it's like one of the better themes for me, just because as the the speed of the song goes up, the cadence of the song goes up, so does my inability to play. So it's like I need like Pikmin, where the songs do not speed up.
oh
It's just
yeah,
like relaxed. But I like it. It's cool.
it's really cool. Yeah, yeah. No, I was awful on this event. I don't know what was up with my skill for this one, but I was just not
It was an
doing
issue.
well. I guess like a
Yeah,
skill issue,
it
literally.
was. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
Like normally I'm not like struggling to get in the top 50, but this one I just kept. I don't know. It's like I lost my skill or something. I guess.
What
Yeah,
else
let's
you do?
see. I got Lightning McQueen. I did mention that at the beginning, but yeah, dude, it's sick. Like
Did you
his
get that
eyes, like
uh, Rascal Flatts Goal Explosion theme song?
yes sir, I did. It's what made it worth it. I was like, I'll consider it, but once I heard Rascal Flatts, I was like, all right, I gotta get it. It sold the
Oh,
deal.
like you weren't going to buy the Lightning McQueen car.
I'm. It's not like I'm wearing the Lightning McQueen Crocs right now. I am. Um, let's see. I bought some music on Groove Coaster. That's always fun. It was on sale, so I was like, you know what? I'll probably
It's
get it
on sale,
Doesn't
so
eventually.
that's that girl math. It's on sale, so it's free.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I just saved $8. Like that $8 can go to something else.
Chelsea brought up girl math at Jollywood Nights because we used my Disney Rewards money to pay for mine, Alex, and her tickets. So she's like, "Girl math, it didn't come out of our bank accounts." And then Alex was like, "Lewis paid for his out of his bank account," and Lewis
Yeah,
was just
if you
like,
pay with
Oh,
cash, it's
"I
free.
that's
If it's
so
on
true.
sale, it's free. Uh,
If you use the 100% off coupon, it's free.
$5 discount."
yeah, spending. No, it's not that it's free. It's that spending money on a sale saves you money. You're spending money to save money, right?
Yeah,
That's
that's
that.
how they get you for
That's
real.
logic I've had to beat out of my head because my mom instilled that into me. I had to beat that out of my skull that like just because it's on sale doesn't mean I need this. Or like
Like if it's something I've been looking at for a while, I'll usually consider it.
um like the
Which is
only
what.
time I'll buy a bunch of stuff if it's something that doesn't go bad. Like I'll buy extra laundry detergent if it's on sale because I'm gonna buy laundry detergent anyway. Like
Yeah,
and it just means I
that
don't
makes
have to buy
sense.
laundry detergent longer. But like I'm not gonna buy 4 extra crowns of broccoli because if I buy 4, then one's free. I only need one.
Broccoli is good though.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you don't need
your home
4 crowns of it.
anyway.
Yeah,
What else you been
no.
playing? Anything else?
Um, let's see. I don't think not really,
Okay. You got anything for Faye?
but I actually played Risk of Rain last night. Sorry. Yeah.
Interesting. Whenever you play like a real game, it feels like weird for you to say that. Like, oh, I actually played Risk of Rain.
Yeah. Kyle literally carried me through, and I got the beat the game achievement. I was like, oh okay.
Easy.
I had I had no idea what's going on, but like we did it, so we take those. Let's see, Fey news. I don't know. Give me just a sec. I'm not touched in a minute. They're having a rerun with Legendary Dimitri and Mythic Clomeria. I mentioned the Ninja Band in the last podcast, I think, but that's out now, so you can actually summon on it. And I think that's it, more or less.
All right. Well, on to the tidbits then. Take-Two CEO thinks game prices are, quote, very, very low. Average CEO
Ooh.
comment.
We're not making enough money. What are you doing?
Yeah. I think about it a lot, and, disregarding the fuck corporations thing for a sec, it does check out because like game prices cost this much, if not more, like 30 years ago, and like everything else has gone up. I'm shocked this has only gone up $10, and that only happened with just this
Very
generation.
recently.
Yeah, like I'm kind of shocked they haven't raised it more. I don't think they should because fuck corporations, and they're making plenty of money as it is.
Mhm.
But not enough, Grant. Money got to go
Yeah, yeah,
up.
and
I'm
like they
not sure
could
That's what they
they could do the
see.
other corporation thing and increase prices and make more money, even though like they were already making money. I'm surprised they
Mhm.
haven't done that, but yeah, they're fine making money right now.
Like I'm
Trashed.
not sure. I'm not sure why like digital games had to go up there.
Why? Yeah,
Like,
I mean, like,
yeah.
I think they have been helped a little bit by the fact that production of physical games has gone down, or has gone down in price to like actually do, and also the amount of physical games they produce now is way smaller because the profit margin on a digital game is crazy.
Mhm.
Um, Especially when you buy it straight from the store and don't use a gift card or anything, like when you just buy it straight from whoever. But I don't know. Snoop Dogg has launched his own game studio with his son called Death Row Games. Uh, I am super excited about this. I
Is
hope
That
it
actually
doesn't turn out to
sounds.
something stupid.
Yeah, that
Um,
sounds really cool though. Yeah.
he is Snoop Dogg's in the new Call of Duty, and like
Yo.
he's the kind of guy that plays Madden when it comes out, um, and then proceeds to bitch online about how bad it is. The only difference is that they actually listen to him because he's a big, like he's just so obviously everybody knows Snoop Dogg. So when he gets on Instagram and is like, "This is trash," it's actually kind of
They
hurtful to the
actually.
image as compared to like just some dude on Twitter. Um,
Oh yeah.
but I hope he
They actually
actually, dude, if
listen.
they come out with something that's banging, I'm gonna be so happy for this. I'm gonna buy it on launch day. So we'll see what comes of that.
Mhm.
Death Row Games aims to create content made by the Unreal editor used in Fortnite, and its focus on minority content creators. Quote, we've
Ooh.
been creating games, and none of them have been published anything on a huge scale, but at a very amateur level. We've been around games for the last 5 to 6 years, and Snoopy's done mobile games, a few of them in the past 5 or 6 years in apps and stuff like that. So I really, oh, dude, mobile games, please don't.
That'd be sad actually.
Yeah, but
I
hopeful,
really hope not.
hopeful, better be good. I'll buy it day one. You heard it here first. I'll buy it day one if it's good. Um, Change of pace on this next one. 18-year-old man was charged with attempted murder because he shot his brother over what law
Oh my
enforcement
lord.
officials say was a argument over a PlayStation.
Good lord.
The 20-year-old brother was said by police to be in critical but stable condition at a trauma unit where he was treated for a chest gunshot wound. Jalen Joseph was charged with attempted murder, grand theft of a firearm, and possession of a weapon by a felon. Bro, I don't care what it is. Why? Come on.
Yeah,
What
literally.
was on that PlayStation? What was it?
It was a
What's so good on PlayStation that you
Spider-Man
would shoot
2.
your brother?
Yeah, like your own family, bro.
Damn.
You know, it's times like this where I'm like, just very lucky to have the family I do.
You're very fortunate. Yeah.
Because it's like I could be in a
Basically,
family where apparently shooting a sibling is like an
the
option.
norm. Yeah.
The norm.
Yeah, not
Bro,
only
that
not
is
only
so
do I have the
dark.
family that you do, but just the ability to control rage and common
Yeah,
sense.
literally.
No, see, like the whole point of the game is to get my rage out. Like just like over
Yeah,
a game.
I wish I obviously they don't have those details, but I wish I could have those details of
Mhm.
what was the game? What
Gotta
was it?
I want to know what the game is.
Mom, bro won't let me on the game, so I shot him in the chest.
wonder.
Yeah, change of pace there. Don't shoot people. Both for and against video games, don't shoot people, regardless of what it is.
Real.
Especially your brother. Don't shoot your brother.
Yeah.
Don't shoot your own family, dude.
Anyway, back to Happy Time. New Nindy Showcase is happening tomorrow as of this recording. It'll be out by the time that you're listening to this, but you know, we'll talk about it next week because that's how the cookie crumbles. Let's see. Everybody's of course hoping for an update or release date for Hollow Knight Silksong, which is doesn't exist. I'm convinced.
Dude, we got friggin' we got GTA 6 before we got Silksong news. I'm just saying, like, it's over, bro.
It's so Jover. So yeah, come back next week. We'll talk about that. Super Mario Brothers Wonder has sold 4.3 million copies in its first 2 weeks.
Damn.
And Nintendo Switch Online currently has over 38 million active subs.
Dude, there was a lot of good info from the Q3 report. I think now that I think about it, I don't actually think I really looked in depth on that just because I've been so busy.
I do know that the Switch sold 100. I think it's at 132 million units now.
Yeah, 132.46 million units. Software is a billion.
Good
So
Lord.
the software has dwarfed the Wii
Yeah.
and the DS.
Yeah, that is insane. The average Switch user has over
About 10 games.
over 10 games. That's good. That's good retention. And like
I
that
mean, to be fair, how many Switches do we have? Like,
yeah, so I was thinking about that before the show. You know, I can estimate probably 80 to 90 million people are in the Switch family. Like in terms of they have at least one. Like the 132 million subtracting double like extra console purchases, subtracting the us from the equation. I estimate anywhere from like 60 to 90 million, I'd guess somewhere in there. So really you're looking at more like 12 games. Like that's really good.
yeah. Oh, this might be why Super Mario Party got the bundle with the new color Joy-Cons. It is at 19.66 million, and it is the 8th best-selling game on the Switch.
Dang.
Checks out. I can't believe it sold more than Tears of the Kingdom. But again,
No,
it has been out for way
Tears of
longer.
the Kingdom, yeah. Tears of the Kingdom is caught up though. It's at 19.5.
That
So
is
like
crazy. Almost 20 million units in the first half year. 7 months.
um oh I did see this as well. Spider-Man, which obviously is not in the Nintendo report, sold more than Mario Wonder.
Yeah, checks out. I mean,
I mean, we might have mentioned that, right? Where it's like Nintendo for Nintendo, it's just another game exclusive. For Sony, it is the exclusive of the year. So
yeah, I mean, like Mario Wonder's great. Don't get me wrong, but you get adults to spend money way easier with stuff like Spider-Man than you do with stuff like Mario. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Mario probably catches up over the holidays because you get the kids involved and stuff.
yeah,
But also, I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if not, because the kids might want Spider-Man. Like it's
true.
it's just like two totally different ballparks. One's like a really good 2D platformer with a staple name versus like arguably the 3D action game of the year by a studio that has already made two great action Spider-Man games and now is the third one and is on the most popular console this generation. Like between PS5 and Series X. Like
Yeah.
it's just hard to fight that stuff. So I'm not really surprised. We'll see how. Man, I also thought about this. It's got to be good to be a kid for these holidays. I would not be want to be.
Right?
I would not want to be a kid right now because I'd be like, oh, I'm growing up into a dying planet. But
Yeah.
Man, to wake up Christmas morning, get some Mario, get some Spider-Man. Damn. And to be if you're a kid lucky enough to have both of those consoles. And Bandai Namco Studios has announced that Studio 2, I said Tudio. Dude, the 2 thing, you screwed me up on that earlier.
Studio.
Studio 2 and Studio S, which is a dev studio that is going to work specifically on Nintendo games.
Yeah, that was announced while we were waiting for right after the show started, I think, which is really cool. But I don't feel like there's enough info about it. I did just see this. Do you guys know how much money the Mario movie made at the box office?
$1 bazillion.
More billion.
Close enough. 1.36 billion.
Whoa.
Yeah, now we see why Nintendo is saying they're an entertainment company because they saw what Sony was doing. They're like, hey, we could make some crazy money on that.
We could make some actual money too. That's the thing. There's so many Mario games. Oh, also Pikmin. Pikmin 4 outsold the rest of the series.
Yep.
2.5 million units. Surpassing the lifetime cumulative sell through of other Pikmin titles and quickly becoming the best selling title in the series. Well, those kind of go hand in hand. If you outsell the entire rest of the games combined, you're kind of the best selling, obviously.
Yeah, because the first 3 games all launched on dead consoles, and
True.
Sure, Pikmin 1 and 2 got ported to the Wii, but people didn't buy a Wii for actual games.
People didn't. Yeah, exactly. Like this is the first console that like it works. Of course, it's gonna make money.
Mario Kart 8 is at 57. Has crossed 57 million. I can't believe. Like, there's like we all knew. Like Mario Kart's always a 1-to-1 attachment with Nintendo consoles, but like this is actually as close to 1-to-1 attachment as you're gonna get. Like that is incredible. 57 million copies.
Insane. Um. Okay, so that's Universal Studios Japan is getting the Donkey Kong area in 2024 before Nintendo World Orlando opens. Also, Shanghai is getting Nintendo World.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not
Um,
surprised about that
I didn't.
either.
I always forget that Universal has something in Shanghai or Singapore. Shanghai has Disney. I saw an S. I went, yeah, that's a theme park.
Sure. Um,
Um, there's a lot of just info. Chipstar, but Nintendo IP initiatives, merchandise.
yeah, there it is.
Chipstar, Baskin Robin,
Um,
Oreo.
Old but interesting tidbit for the week: the original Legend of Zelda's second quest was actually an afterthought. They got done with the game and they're like, "Well, we only used like half the space on this thing," so they just made the second quest with everything rearranged. Um, I thought it was pretty interesting that they're just like, I guess we'll do it because we got a lot of room. Screw it, fill it up with something. No rumors this week. We're kind of dry on the rumor week because things are actually happening. We don't need rumors when things are actually happening.
True.
And all right, so let's get into these game award. So game of the year, obviously talked about earlier: Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Mario Wonder, Tears of the Kingdom. We'll obviously do our voting in a couple weeks, but I don't see anything other than Baldur's Gate 3 or Tears of the Kingdom winning this, to be honest. I love Resident Evil 4. I love Mario Wonder. I love Spider-Man 2. But, like, here's what I see. I see the problem. You got the Zelda fans versus the D&D fans, and that's a battle for the ages. And I'm pretty sure the D&D fans are going to win here because I'm pretty sure D&D is way bigger than Zelda based on my perception. I could be wrong, but I think it's a bigger fan base, and I think those fans care way more than Zelda fans do about Zelda. So I'm not confident that Tears of the Kingdom would win, but I mean that's for sure going to get my vote, I think. If it wasn't that, I'm really torn between Resident Evil 4 and Spider-Man 2. I'd probably give it to Spider-Man 2 because it's new. Resident Evil 4 is just a remake. Don't get me wrong, it's a 9 out of 10 remake. It's awesome. But I don't know. It's a really good. This is like the best list of game of the years that we've gone through, I think, since we started the show. I'm really excited to see how that turns out. Best game direction is literally everybody I listed minus Resident Evil 4.
Which I guess kind of makes sense because well, you can still have a remake be in there.
Yeah. I'd probably pick Spider-Man 2 or Tears of the Kingdom for this one.
Easy.
Best adaptation. So movie or show: Castlevania Nocturne, Gran Turismo, The Last of Us, the Super Mario Brothers movie, and Twisted Metal. If it's not Mario movie, I think it should be Gran Turismo. Obviously, I'm gonna openly admit my bias to those significantly, but Gran Turismo was a great movie. Best narrative: Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty DLC, Final Fantasy 16, and Spider-Man 2. Cyberpunk might get a sneak win.
It could.
People love the shit out of that. I don't know. Not counting on it, but maybe. Best art direction, Alan Wake 2. God, Alan Wake 2 is freaking in everything. Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Tears of the Kingdom. I don't see Tears of the Kingdom winning this one because it's the same that Breath of the Wild. Like Breath of the Wild already came and did this, especially in terms of art direction. Like it's the same
Mhm.
thing. So I don't know. Hi-Fi Rush would be my vote, I think. Um,
I could see that.
let's see. Couple more. Best score and music: Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Hi-Fi Rush, Tears of the Kingdom. Again, don't see Tears of the
Hmm.
Kingdom winning. Been there, done that. Um, I really would like
I would
Hi-Fi
have.
Rush to win this.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't see it winning, but
It would be
it's
nice.
just because it. I feel like the problem is right with Alan Wake being the most recent, right? Is that right?
Yeah,
Alan Wake is the newest. With Alan Wake being the newest, it's going to win a lot of categories, especially like I would say that Hi-Fi Rush, because Hi-Fi Rush is a music-based game, like aesthetically, right?
yeah,
So if that had come out later in the year, it would absolutely win this category. But I feel like one of the games that came out after it is going to win, except for Zelda. I don't, I don't see Zelda winning. Wow. It also made best audio design.
yep.
Oh wow.
Um,
Uh, Alan Wake again. Damn. What category isn't Alan Wake in?
innovation and accessibility. Um,
Esports teams.
That doesn't count.
um, so yeah, let's see. Innovation, accessibility, Diablo 4, Forza Motorsport, Hi-Fi Rush, Spider-Man 2, Mortal Kombat 1, and Street Fighter 6. Would not be surprised if Forza or Street Fighter win this one. Um, Spider-Man 2 has a lot. I mean, all these games, companies that commit to it really do a lot. It's hard to pick one out of it. I always
Mhm.
lean towards Xbox because one of the things that Xbox has done particularly well is accessibility. Um,
Until recently, apparently.
yeah,
It,
some of it's BS, but like they do a lot of. That's one of the few things they do consistently do well. And fighting games always have a lot of accessibility stuff because fighting games are the most accessible because it's just button combos. There's not like a lot of weird stuff to do. It's really easy to play in a multitude of ways. Um,
Mhm.
Best ongoing game: Apex Legends, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Genshin Impact. I wouldn't be surprised if Fortnite wins this because they brought the OG map back or whatever. Apex
Yeah.
Legends is definitely not winning it. Um, yeah. Uh,
If Apex wins, it's rigged.
for sure. Best indie game: Cocoon, Dave the Diver, Dredge, Sea of Stars, and Viewfinder. I want Dave the Diver so bad, but I'm sure it's going to be Sea of Stars. But my vote's for sure Dave the Diver there.
Mhm.
Hello Kitty and Island Adventure is on the list for best mobile game.
Ooh.
hmm, I
Um,
guess.
Star Wars Jedi Survivor made the list on one best action adventure game. Alan Wake 2, Spider-Man 2, RE4, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and Tears of the Kingdom. Um, Best family game only has two Nintendo games in it. Man, what a day! Disney Illusion Island, Party Animals, Pikmin 4, Sonic Superstars, and Mario Bros. Wonder. Um, Mario's got an easy dunk on that, I think.
Uh, yeah.
Um,
I don't want it to, but it will.
yeah,
It, but it's against Pikmin.
Pikmin's not a family game.
Mhm.
That's just that like Mario Bros. Wonder is so easy to play multiplayer with. You know,
I feel like realistically, Disney Illusion Island isn't going to win because nobody played it. It's an easy dub for Mario
Yeah.
because I mean I don't know what Party Animals is, but
Isn't that the
it's
fake gang
Mario. It's
beast or
against
whatever?
Mario. Do it.
Isn't that like
Oh, it
the
might
fake
be.
gang beast? Yeah.
Best sim strategy game, Advance Wars. Glad to see Advance Wars made it on the list. Probably won't win this category, but glad to see it there. City Skylines 2, Company of Heroes 3, Fire Emblem Engage, Pikmin 4. Wouldn't be
How is
surprised if City Skylines 2 or Fire Emblem Engage get the dunk on this one, but
mm, how is Pikmin 4 a strategy game?
it's all about Dondiri, right? Is that what they call it?
Pandori. Yeah.
Yeah, the idea of real life pipelining. Shout out computer programmers.
Oh,
Mm,
It's Yeah, it's less than it used to be because, like, obviously the no time thing, but there's still a lot of strategy in simply doing it fast. And there are
okay.
challenges where you have to do things faster than like AI. Um, so
Yeah, that makes sense. It's definitely different than like a Fire Emblem strategy because
true.
that's what I
it's
was thinking.
it's
Yeah.
less like how quick and more like how efficient.
Hmm.
Um, when did am I getting this wrong? Okay, that's what I thought. Best sports or racing game. EA Sports FC 24. Ugh. L. F123, Forza Motorsport, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2, and the Crew Motorfest. I wouldn't be surprised if Forza sweeps that. Um, yeah, that's really about it. There's some more about the esports stuff that we obviously are going to do our tried and true of who gives a damn.
Yay, sports
Not
ball.
to invalidate their efforts. I'm sure they're all great people, but we're bad. We don't watch that content because I don't know.
Hmm.
Um,
We got time.
yeah, I can't say I'm into esports. That's probably where just not into esports. I spend all my
Yeah.
time basing my emotions off of regular people's sports.
Yep.
18-year-olds on a football field. They drive my life.
True.
Um, and yeah, that's about all the real big ones. So again, stick around a couple weeks. We'll do our voting for that, and then obviously do a post game awards thing after that happens. Definitely will be a good show. Hopefully, we get some good announcements out of that too, and it isn't a bunch of scrunt. Um,
Yeah. Hopefully, we're able to like. I don't know if us will be
It's a
able to
bunch
create
of
the
scrum.
schedule, but we'll see.
it's on a Thursday, so it'll definitely not be um, in line with the show or anything, but
Mm-mm.
um, yeah, it'll be good. Um, all right, I think that's gonna wrap it up for us here today. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please share us with a friend. We post every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.com/StormwindGames. Anywhere that you find your podcasts, you can listen to us. Um, share us with a friend. Again, add us on Twitter at AllNightGamers with a K. Let us know what you're thinking. What do you like about the Game Award nominees? Do you think they missed somebody? Um, who's your game of the year
I
going to
always
be?
do.
You getting a Steam Deck OLED? You getting a PlayStation Portal? Let us know. And we'll be back next week. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye.
Uh,